Hello, welcome to episode 16 of the series on Introduction to Programming. Managing complexity is the largest challenge when programming. In this video, we will look at an approach to managing complexity by using comments to help explain code. Let's take a look. So when we're looking at comments, one of the first type that I have shown previously is you can do a double slash with some code here. And if I run this, absolutely nothing will happen because there's literally no code. So let's just put something out here. And if I run this, it'll spit out some actual code. Right, so inline comments here are a way that you can easily add a simple line. You can add it to its own line. You can put it on the end. You can put it after. You can repeat it as many times as you want. And it has no impact on the actual code that gets run by the JavaScript engine. Another type of comment we can do is we can do our multi-line comment. Now, a multi-line comment starts with a star, well, the slash and the star, followed by a star and a slash. And everything that happens in here does nothing. The nice thing about these kind of comments is they can span multiple lines. And so if I run this, again, we'll continue to do it. They can also be put in other places. Example, I can have it in here as a single line. I can also have it inside of here, right? If this 5 is particularly special, right, I can put a comment directly in here to indicate why this value is 5. I could even do something like over here and be counting down, right? So it is called a multi-line comment, but it also is a comment that can be put inside of other things. Whereas if you have the double slash, it either has to be the end or it can be on its own line. But again, if it's on its own line, it simply is just a blank line with a comment. Right? It still can only exist at the end, right? If I put it earlier on, it comments out the rest of the line. I run this code and it makes that part of the code disappear because it's now been commented out. And so having this multi-line comment is really handy because you can write, larger phrases. You could stick it into various parts of the code. I can even put this inside the middle of a comparison operator because it just ignores it. Now, I will say if you put it in the middle of a line like this, a lot of people will get very confused, but it does have the ability to be put inside of other statements and inside of expressions. And so this is one way that you can make use of a multi-line comment in a way that probably isn't even that intuitive, right? I can even break it down, have this multi-line do multiple things. I am aware this looks kind of weird, but you have the flexibility when you use the slash star version of the comment, put it wherever you want. Another type of comment that we haven't really explored is the JS-doc comment. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details about what JS-doc is, but JS-doc has a version of a multi-line comment. It actually isn't that different, but the convention is to put 2 stars after you have the start of the comment. And I can put a description here. It is multi-line, so again, you can format it and customize it however you want. As well as there's this convention in JS-doc to indicate information about the parameters and what you're returning. So in this case, we're indicating that the foo parameter is a number, and that we are returning a number. And this is kind of where the power of JS-doc comes from, is it gives a lot of the tools that we have information about the types that we're dealing with so they can make reasonable decisions. For example, if I, do this, many tools out there would indicate that why are you calling my func with a text or string value instead of a number, right? It'll identify that as a concern because if I run this, I get a very different output than say if I actually used a number, which returns kind of what we'd expect when you add one to a value. And so JSDoc is a convenient and helpful way to add type information into JavaScript. There is something called TypeScript out there, which is an entire language based around adding type information to JavaScript. But if you're just going to use normal JavaScript, you do have some ability to do it through JSDoc, as well as it also gives a very structured and convenient style for how to describe and define comments around things that may be important, like, what is my func? Well, I can say whatever kind of description I want up here. People come to here, they'll see, the description, they'll see what you need to pass into it, they'll see what it returns, and then they'll have a better idea of what to expect when dealing with a particular function. Comments are how we can provide extra details to our code. So in the future, we have a better understanding of what the code is doing. Comments come in a variety of forms. Each has their uses. In future videos, we will see more comments as we continue to explore JavaScript. Have a good day.